Welcome to the public gallery, and I'll declare the meeting open. So I'll start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet and pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. So on the point two, record of attendance, apologies and approved leave of absence. So we've just, it's as per the agenda, we've just got Councillor Richardson here in person. So thanks for coming, Councillor Richardson, so we can move him off the absent list into the present list. Point three, response to previous public questions taken on notice. So we had some questions asked by Mr. Jamie Lovenbury at the last meeting. So those questions have been dealt with and communicated with him, and they are in the agenda if anyone would like to read them. So that takes us to point four, which is the public question time for this meeting. So, Linda, would you like to ask a question?
Yeah. First of all, I did send the Shire an email on the 22nd of November and got no response with regards to the pathway to 2 Mile at the front of Hopetown. Wondering why it had to be so wide and why there was so much destruction. My belief was that Hopetown Progress Association had originally initiated talks for having the pathway extended to 2 Mile, but with the foresight of raising money to seal it, to make it accessible for everyone, wheelchairs, gophers, and have seating. Now, if that's wrong, then I apologise. That's all that I had been told. What has been put there is not suitable for wheelchair access. Also, I believe seating was supposed to have been planned for along the way so that you could stop and look at certain parts of the environment. Has the work been completed? Just the Shire, is it now open to the public? So the work's been completed?
So yeah, the track,
pathway?
Yeah, the pathway is open to the public now.
And it's completed.
I think I'll take that on notice, Linda, because I think there is some plans to do the seating and things that you've raised. So,
Rightio.
so it hasn't been fully completed. So.
There is nothing to stop cars, four-wheel drives, motorbikes, beach buggies, whatever, accessing that pathway at all, from right down the esplanade from there. I went for a drive, and I didn't go in there, but if I wanted to, I could have driven up and driven all around. So now you're going to have, with summer months coming on, you're going to have trail bikes on there, you're going to have beach buggies, and they've got to be stopped. If it's going to be for pedestrians and runners and walkers, what are you going to do? It's a disaster waiting to happen, because out-of-towners will go hell for leather. It won't worry them that they're honing around on a trail bike or a buggy or whatever. As locals, yes, we understand that that's what it's there for, and locals won't be doing it, but you can't stop. If you've got nothing there to stop people getting onto those pathways, it is a disaster just waiting to happen. And I think the Shire needs to put some barriers up at least before the holiday. And I know the holidays are just around the corner, but if nothing's done, then I think the council will be leaving themselves wide open, if someone is injured, to being sued.
So the question, Linda, is to council: what plans have we got in place to stop
vehicles accessing that pathway?
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's that bit for the moment. Now I'd like to go to the RV campground, which I emailed the Shire on the 9th of the 12th and got no response. Are the Shire Rangers patrolling? Because it doesn't seem like they are.
Yep. So our rangers patrol at least once a day, and typically twice a day. So first thing in the morning, and then at the end of their shift in the afternoon, evening. So
Rightio. So can the Shire not look at staggering the rangers' hours so that one ranger starts possibly earlier and another one starts later? You've got people that know that the Shire rangers are gone by 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then they go. And they're not only just parking in the RV ground without the right vehicles and being compliant, they're also parking at Front Beach on the car park there.
Yep.
There's one vehicle there that's been going there for 5 nights straight now.
yeah. So it's a very topical issue at the moment, and it's something certainly we've been working with council on about how we actually approach the management of the 48
even
hours.
if it's just for the summer months, if the 2 rangers can and go different shifts, so you've got one ranger on earlier in the day and he can check out your RV, Hope Town's RV, and not just the RV parking, it's their parking in
Everywhere. Yep.
everywhere,
Yep.
all over the place. So if you can have another ranger that comes in the afternoon and maybe works till 8 o'clock at night, because it's still light, 7 o'clock, 8:30, 8 o'clock in summer. And, you know, it only has to be for the summer months while it's the busy period. And they need to be fined.
Yep. So just on that, because we had a question that went out to council just recently, and so there's 111 infringements that were issued in the last 12 months from our rangers around the 48-hour site. So our guys are patrolling and issuing infringements, but it's
that's a lot. That's a lot of infringements, and that's what's caught. What's not caught is most probably double that again. Yep. And you've got people that don't have the vehicles that are for that. They don't have toilet facilities. They're defecating in the bush. There's toilet paper there. You want to go for a walk past when the weather's warm. It stinks. It literally stinks. Also, you've got the campers that are washing their pots and pans in the showers at Front Beach because it's got hot water now. So they're going in and they're washing their pots and pans in the showers where people are supposed to be showering. It's I don't know what the solution is apart from stopping it, which would make me happy. But you've got the Shire has introduced to people that pay rates a fee now to have their caravan on their blocks, the bigger blocks out of town, for the next 12 months. Yet someone that's got a vehicle and a caravan worth over $250,000 can come into town and have everything they like for free. And that's not supporting the 2 caravan parks that are here. They pay their rates, they employ people, and they're not benefiting.
That's a good point, Linda, and there's certainly arguments on both sides. So council is aware of those, and we've had the caravan park operators give their side of the story, and we've also had some of our hospitality retail operators say that they really rely on these.
For the amount of what those people buy, which is, I've seen it, one slice of thing, and can you cut that in half? I'm sorry, for the amount of money that they drive around in and spend on fuel, they can pay for their accommodation. The Shire should be looking at putting in an overload one for summer months, like they do in Esperance, and you still charge to use it. Why should they have it for nothing? It's not fair on the businesses. And for the little amount of you travel, you're still going to buy food. And the excuse that, we rely on them doesn't wash. They're still going to go and have their cup of coffee at Mount Barron and a piece of cake or whatever. They're still going to get their fish and chips from Simon and go and sit down the beach because that's what you do. And it's regardless of whether you've paid to park up or not. So that's my big whinges. Yeah. So if my big thing is at the moment, because a lot can't be changed before Christmas, but if the Shire Rangers can have their times split so that, you know, you've got one ranger working earlier in the morning and finishing earlier, one ranger starting later and finishing later and going between the two places, at least to try and control it a bit.
Yep.
Because it really is beyond a joke down there at the moment. And maybe, I don't know if you've got any no camping signs that maybe you can put up at Front Beach. And I think the parking at Front Beach should be restricted to 2 hours or whatever. And that way you're making people move on, not sitting there from 5 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the afternoon when they can then go back to the free van thing, because there's no one around to control it. And there's enough room on the groin. If they want to be at the beach all day, they can park there and go down and swim. They don't need to be taking up the whole parking. There's not a lot of parking there as it is. And if you've got people parking there all day, that's not fair. So, thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, well, thanks, Linda, for taking the
Thanks
time.
for the lovely Christmas luncheon that Hopetown the other day was absolutely awesome. And I hope you all have a good Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya. Okay, for point 5, declarations of interest. We do have one there.
Shire President, that's for myself, the CEO for
Let me just take that and send it.
Display's report item 12.1.1 as the CEO KPIs. So I will leave the chambers for that item.
All right, so that's just the one declaration of interest. Applications for leave of absence. So we've got a few there.
Yep, Shire President, we have one from Councillor Miliseski for the period of 25th of February through to the 1st of March 2025. And we also have one for Councillor Richardson from the 1st of February to the 28th of February 2025.
Confirm that the February meeting is just before that date.
I think it is the 17th. Let's have a look. Yep, the February meeting is the 18th of Tuesday, the 18th of February. So, yep.
Good, thanks.
So we also have one from Councillor Mansell from the 21st of February through to the 5th of April 2025. So we can move those on.
Yeah, so can I have a mover that we move those 3 applications on block? Councillor Layton. Thank you. Seconder. Councillor Gibson. All in favour? Yep. So that's carried. All right. Confirmation of minutes of the previous meeting. That the minutes and associated attachments of the ordinary council meeting held on the 9th of November be confirmed as a true and correct record. Do we have a mover for that one? That's 7.1. Councillor Gibson. Seconder. Councillor Moody. Anyone want to speak on that motion? No. All in favour? Carried. Point 8, announcements, reports by elected members. All right, now we'll go around the room to my right, starting with Councillor Layton. If that's all right, Councillor Layton. Let's bring that on you.
I've written it down. I think I've got it. I've just started from this last meeting, and we did have Catherine Day for the Historical Society, so she was here for the 3 days. So there's a few meetings with those, plus also a public meeting that went ahead. I think she's given a written report on that. I don't know if all council would like a copy of that, you can send that. I then also attend the Fitzgerald River National Park Management Committee on the 26th as well, and the community catch up for Ravensthorpe on the 26th. The 27th was the community meeting for the Historical Society, which was part of Kathy's. There's a community catch up in Hopetown on the 28th with 2 different plots again. It's so interesting. Also attended a sub-regional workshop in Esperance on the 2nd of the 12th. And the 3rd went to we did the leadership program. We all did that, I guess. On the 6th of the 12th, the Jody School 60th anniversary. And then on the same day or evening, Mungalup School concert, along with Tom was there, and obviously Rachel. Historical Society meeting on the 7th, where they had a big discussion at the end of that meeting. They got down and opened up the museum a bit more. So you walk into there, you can actually see that there's a museum there. So it's really good. I think it's a good start to get it going. And Tim's keen on doing the deaccessioning, so reducing the amount of things that don't relate to Ravensthorpe or too many of. Like, Kathy kept talking about Flatiron. We'll have, I think we've got 80. 80. No. Then I went on the same day, went to the Friend of the Fitzgerald National Park AGM in Twitter in the meeting, and done a couple of Santa runs, and nothing really Shire, but a couple of those Santa runs, and there's 6 white boomers.
They're significant community events.
Pardon?
They're significant community events. I think you should report on them.
Yeah, but they were really good this year because we've actually taken the Santa sleigh back, but worked with the new police sergeant. So the Collins rebuilt the sleigh, repainted it, put back together because it was a bit of a mess. But Dave Tapscott's really keen on community stuff, and so he's invited all the emergency services to come along in the parade. So it was a bit drizzly on the Ravensthorpe one, so there was only a couple who turned up, but there was no vehicles. But Hopetown was really good. That was really interesting. Everyone had good results, and they all did a greenie at the end. The Shire Christmas one was good, and then on Saturday we just went down and opened up the 2-mile track. Call it the 2-mile track, which was really good, I thought.
That was there a few in attendance at that opening.
12 or 14.
Yep.
But I'm considering that kids finish school that week, so a lot of them are just packed up and gone anyway. And busy. But I thought that was really good, and we opened it up with Bill Pike has made from the old railway dogs. He's turned them into whistles that sound like a train, and because you run along that 2-mile track, you're running along the Heritage Trail part of it, the railway trail. So we opened it up with that. We saw one of those, so that was quite interesting. And then that was it. I think that's it. Last night, yeah, carols by in the church. Didn't fall down when I went in, so good.
Which church?
Mungalup.
Oh, the Mungalup Church. Cool.
There was 7 there from Hopetown went along, so it was really good. And the brass band. Yeah, it was good. It was amazing. I thought it was. Next year, we're talking about taking the bus.
Very good. Well, thanks, Councillor Leighton. Is there anything else to add? No. Councillor Richardson.
Well, had a bit of a rough time. I had COVID for a while, so to done circulation a little bit. And I was going to the Fitzgerald Park meeting, and I went to the wrong venue. So that's about
The
it.
management one.
So,
The management one.
where do you know? I'm actually.
Mm.
I'm looking at the wrong email, I guess, but not done.
No. I went to
that's
Hopetown. I made it late because I went to Hopetown as well.
Oh, did you?
I think the original one was going to be Hopetown.
I must have been too late. But anyway, whatever. Sun's that one, so I'm pretty bad run actually.
Oh, well, that's how it goes sometimes. Councillor Gibson.
On the 23rd of November, I attended the Fitz Gallery Sight and Sound exhibition over here, and the opening for that. And they had 6 young vocalists that started that up, which were amazing. And then, yeah, the broad variety of arts that they, show is, a credit to them, really. The youngsters are very lucky to have what they do, I think. And then after that, a few of us also went across. They were having the Coconut Conservation Alliance meeting and the Gondwana Link meeting. We talked about the black coffee count and preserving our environment. And out of that, they kind of wanted to, well, half of us were here anyway, so no, but they wanted to kind of, we're thinking of making up a group, another group in our area to kind of help work out what's the best for the whole area as well. And then on the 26th of the 11th, an online Zoom meeting, the CoLab meeting, which many of the community groups we do online, Tina's meeting. The 26th, again, the Ravy community meeting in here, where there was lots of little group discussions and probably small business. It was kind of one of the main ones that I heard out of that, to be honest. 28th of the 11th was Hopi community meeting, which had more numbers at and was probably some more robust discussions, I thought. And a lot of that was also about the 48-hour camping, which was interesting because I've only ever heard the caravan park side of it, and to get the other businesses side was actually quite good to hear, I thought. And I had some really good ideas. And then the Ravy markets on the 30th and the Thankful Volunteer Day. It was a good turnout. Hot, and then the power went out. The Artitude dance concert down in Hopetown, and that's where people obviously come from all over the area, even up at Lake King, Lake Barley. It's quite actually very professional little event, which was good.
What date was that?
So that was the 1st of December. And then the 3rd of December, obviously, corporate discussion, and we had councillor training after that. 5th of December, the exit meeting via Teams, and also then the Hopetown School concert, which they had a Christmas theme, and they all did their class concerts, performances only just with music. They didn't have any words to sing with. They had to do on their own. And then on the 6th was the Jerdakata School concert and the 60th anniversary. And I presented this Hopetown CWA award there for them. And then the same that evening, the Mungnut School concert, and put them the Hopetown CWA award as well. Then on the 10th, Liberty Arts had a dance concert in Hopetown. And then that same evening after that, went to the Ravensthorpe District High School concert, which was great. On the 12th, my favourite event was the Seniors Christmas one. I love it. Just love it. So that was really good. And then yesterday to the Christmas carols. And it was really good to see Sue and Colin bought a carload from Hopetown, and a couple other people came. So that was nice to kind of have a few from out of that area join for the Esperance Fast Band that come out. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Gibson. We've had a busy month. Councillor Miliceski.
Yeah, so I attended the Hopetown Primary School, the year 5 and 6 school camp down in Albany. So that was a pretty good event for the primary school there. Also attended the Hopetown Primary School end of year graduation. All the events were awesome. All the kids presented there. And going with that sort of a theme, I'd just like to say congratulations to my wife, Teresa Miliceski. She's been nominated and elected as councillor for the WAXO representation for all the schools in the Esperance Goldfield region. So now we've actually got a representation for all the primary school in our area. What else? Still chasing a potential hairdresser for to cover Hopi and Ravy. So we're getting close with that one, I believe. And I've had another expression of interest last week for someone who wants to set up a permanent dentist in Ravensthorpe. So I'll provide all the details to Matt in the coming days so he can make contact with this guy. And what else? We caught up, the volunteers, firefighters in Hopi caught up with Ray Parson, who's from DFIS, and with Mal Grant, the new chief of Ravensthorpe for the fire. And they did a presentation and how the vegetation is being rejuvenated after so many and different various stages of prescribed burnings around the town. So that was very interesting to go to and have a look. And also I attended the Shire presentation in Hopi for the community. And that's me.
Thanks, Councillor Miloseski. Councillor Mansell.
Yeah, 28th of November, I went to the community catch-up in Hopetown. 1st of December, the Attitude Dance Concert in Hopetown. On the 6th of December, the 60th anniversary of the Judy Cutup Primary School, which was great, a great event, I thought. And then on the 10th of December, the Liberty Arts Dance Concert at the Community Centre in Hopetown as well. That's me.
Thanks, Councillor Mansell. Councillor Moody.
Yeah, I went to the link. I don't know the dates for the right, forgot all that sort of stuff. In Ravensthorpe, and that was a very interesting meeting, just getting all the emergency services together, and we had an exercise, did an exercise if there was an earthquake. That was a cyclone, it was. But what I did learn from it all is, that there is a procedure. The state has an emergency plan for every possible scenario, whether it's a earthquake, cyclone, plane crash, you name it. They've got a plan that you can go to and work through. So that was very good. And yeah, whether you call it a code 1 or a code 2 or code 3, and then all those different codes will mean at what level you bring DFS and other people in. So I found it a very informative meeting. So it was the first time I've been to one of them. I'd also been to the roads meeting with Paul in Cranbrook. So that started off, we had to elect our subgroups. So for the subgroup East, which is made up of Germunga, Noingarup and Kent, Shire and Ravensthorpe. So Paul is on that for us. It's the same as what was before. So they've all stayed the same. Ravensthorpe has fully acquitted all their projects that they had to do, which is great because some of the shires hadn't done that. And it's quite important that the projects get acquitted, because we can't keep asking the government for more money if we're not spending it, not doing the job. So I think every meeting I've been to, Ravensthorpe's always done the right thing. So it's good. Paul and the team. There was $8.75 million approved for urgent preservation work from that whole region. It's 12 shires. And I think out of that, Ravensthorpe Shire got 75,000. Is that correct, Paul? For Tamarine Road?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep. So, as you know, it seems like a lot of money, but doesn't seem to go far. We had a vote. Albany wanted to, so the rules are at the moment that no shire can claim any more than 20% of the funding for projects. And Albany Shire wanted to increase it, that any particular shire could go up to 30%. It was put to a vote, and the only people that voted for it were Albany. Everyone else voted against it. It's kind of, it was, the money is all getting spent regardless. So I don't know, all they would have been doing is taking money off all the other smaller shires. So I think, you know, it was a no-brainer that no one else was going to improve it. If the money wasn't being spent, well, fine, they could ask for more. But but I don't think that's necessary. The second freight network, $8 million worth of funding, 4 million this year, 4 million next year. Out of that, I have brought, it is called a TSD machine. This is for all us shires that we can actually map the state of our roads. You drive down the road and it, I don't know, videos it and somehow tests it and all knows more about it. I don't know, but apparently it's to check on the state of your road. So that is will be a very handy videos and measures the strength. That's my notes. So that will be very handy for us to see where we might need to increase some roads or put some work on roads. The other interesting things that come out of it, I mentioned before, there's $0 for the next 4 years allocated to the whole region for
Good to know.
new work. Yeah, so they've got work on Albany Highway ready to go, Chester Pass Road ready to go, and somewhere else on Great Southern Highway, I think as well, 10 kilometres there. It's all ready to go, but there's no funding. So what else was there? The Ring Road in Albany. This is not really relevant. Well, sort of relevant, I suppose, if you go to Albany. It's not finished, so they've still got to build the flyover part from Marang Road or Chester Pass Road and Marang Road as it goes in, so the trucks don't have to stop and wait for traffic to go. They're going to build that, and there'll be artwork going on the bridge, all the bridges, and they've got to spend, I don't know what it is, $2 million on possum flyovers, so the poor possums don't get run over. Still got to do all that. The other thing, the guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but he spoke, he was from Welga, I think, and he has got, this was it, I found this interesting, a website that you could use to calculate the cost of use of your road. So like a mining company are going to come in and want to use one of our roads or to cart their produce out. He's got a website that we can use to try and calculate what that will cost the Shire, and then we'll have some way of charging them back. Something I thought that was very interesting. That's about it from that meeting. That's there. Apart from that, green harvesting.
Yep, that's very good. Thanks, Councillor Moody. So since our last meeting on Friday, the 22nd of November, the CL and myself attended the Great Southern Wolga Zone meeting, which was our first meeting in the new zone. So yeah, that was good to get. It was quite a big meeting. There would have been 40 people there, I think, and yeah, there was a wide range of topics covered. I just took some notes of what was covered. Telstra and the closure of the 3G network and how that's affecting the area. Spoke about the Dharma, which is the help me out here. So yeah, what's the Dharma? It's
to get people where the jobs deficiency.
Yeah. So it's a visa program to bring skilled workers into regional areas.
Sorry about that, Shire President.
That's all right. Lucky we've got Councillor Moody here. So that's So but the goldfields, we have one. Great Southern don't, and they've been campaigning to get one for a while, but it doesn't sound like they're going to be all that successful in that, which they're pretty disappointed by.
Migration.
Yeah, there's no area migration.
Migration agreement.
We'll just search it.
An agreement that allows these workers to get visas easier to come into their area, basically, to work in.
Sponsorship.
Yeah.
They nominate the occupations that qualify, and then that sort of makes it a bit more streamlined to get those sort of applications happening.
We had used it in the past for a couple of childcare workers to bring them in past years.
Yeah, so then we heard from DFS, Western Power, we spoke about regional housing, we spoke about the I'm gonna say this wrong, but the polygaphorus shot hole borer, and also there's a movement there to campaign lobby for increased support and capacity building for navigating for local governments navigating clearing permits and that space, because it's becoming increasingly difficult, as we know, to get gravel out of road verges and that sort of thing. So that was a point of discussion. Yeah, that was
CBH.
yeah, we had an update from CBH. They're having a pretty big year over there, much like CBH is here. Yeah, that was about the extent of that meeting, but yeah, we'll sort of start to build a rapport with those people and get a bit more out of them going forward. So then, the 23rd of November, I attended the Altitude Sight and Sound exhibition here in Ravensthorpe. On the same day, attended the Coconut Conservation Alliance, Our Place, Our People, Our Planet, Our Responsibility seminar and sundowner. So yeah, that was interesting to meet all those people and hear their points of view. And as Councillor Gibson said, there's a movement there to create a group essentially based out with Ravensthorpe as the focal point that can connect all the different departments and stakeholders to get better outcomes for conservation, basically, is what they're planning to achieve there. So then on the Sunday, the 24th of November, I had a informal meeting or a coffee with Keith Bradby and Margaret Robinson from Gondwana Links. That was an interesting catch up as well, where we discussed all things conservation and what the future might look like for Ravensthorpe. Monday the 25th had the meeting with Kathy Day, re the future of the Ravensthorpe Visitors Centre and Museum. 26th of November had the community catch-ups here in Ravensthorpe. So yeah, well done to the Shire exec team who were all present at that one, which was above and beyond. So that was good, and a reasonable turnout from the community. And then on the Thursday, the 28th of November, we had the community catch up in Hopetown, which was also a reasonable turnout from that community. And yeah, interesting to hear the sort of support in favour of the free camp, because we have been hearing a lot of the against vote and argument. But yeah, it was interesting to hear the other side of the coin at that meeting. And then on the Friday, the 29th of November, Matt and I went to Lake Grace for a meeting with the surrounding Tier 3 and 4 local governments to discuss the provision of medical services and to form an advocacy position to the state government for funding of these services. So yeah, we're happy with our services, but we just want the state government to pay for it, basically. So there's a bit of water to go under the bridge there. There'll be follow-up meetings, but it's a good starting point. Attended the markets in Ravensthorpe on the Saturday, followed by the Think a Volunteer Fits Festivities event. And then on the 1st of December, attended the Altitude dance concert in Hopetown. Tuesday, 3rd of December, we had the corporate discussion with the leadership training with Dr. Paul Smith. Thursday, the 5th of December, the LEMC meeting in Ravensthorpe. Can't say that without putting an A in it. 5th of December, we had the order exit meeting via Teams. 6th of December, the Jerdicutta Primary School concert and 60-year celebration. And on the same day, the Munglanup Primary School interview concert. So they were both good little events and well supported by the communities. 7th of December had the community Christmas tree in Ravensthorpe. 10th of December, the Ravensthorpe District High School presentation night. And on the 12th of December, I penned a letter to the Education Department outlining some issues with the Ravensthorpe District High School principal's absence and pre-recorded address that he made at that presentation evening, which upset a lot of the community. So yeah, that went off to the education department. We have had a response from that, so we'll see where that goes. And then on Thursday, the 12th of December, I attended the seniors Christmas lunch in Hopetown, which was a great event, and well done to the Shire team for putting that all together. So it looked like the seniors all had a good time and ate their fill and drank as much as they could. So that's me. All right. Announcements. Point 9, announcements by the presiding person without discussion. So I did write a little paragraph for that one. Point 9. So I'd like to thank the council, the Shire team, and the wider community for all their efforts across 2024. It's been a big year with some challenges, but together we've navigated it and achieved a lot. I hope this festive season brings everyone the opportunity to connect, relax, and reset. On behalf of the Shire of Ravensthorpe, have a safe and Merry Christmas and a relaxing holiday.
Thanks.
No worries.
Cheers.
Lost my voice. Talking too much.
You said that through?
I was saying that. You don't have to write all that down, mate.
Very good. We've got it recorded now anyway.
All right. Point deputation presentation nil. Point 11. 11.1. Annual financial report and 23-24 annual financial report and 30th of June 2024 audit report. So there's three items here that we'll move on block. Point 1, that the 23-24 annual report, including financial statements and auditors' report for the year ended 30th of June 24, be accepted. Council set the 23-24 AGM of electors on the Tuesday, the 4th of Feb 2025, and the annual report to be provided to the community 2 weeks prior to the AGM of electors. Can I have a mover for that one? Councillor Gibson. Thank you. Seconder.
Yes.
Councillor Moody. Anyone want to speak on that motion?
On list and team. Done.
Thanks, Councillor Moody. All in favour? That's carried. To point 11.2, which was the LEMP, is going to be put on the table till the February meeting. So we'll move on to 12.1.1 CEO's KPIs for 24-25 period. So we'll ask the CEO to leave the room. Got me to
It's at 6:45.
I'll write the minutes for that, John. So the recommendation is that council endorse the draft CEO KPI table for 24-25 period as detailed in the confidential attachments. Have a mover for that one. Councillor Layton, seconder. Councillor Richardson. Remember, I got the right one. Anyone want to speak on that motion? All in favour? Yes, that's carried. All right. Can someone get Matt back in?
You can hear us, Danny.
Yeah.
Depends how far he went out. How many doors did you go up, mate?
2.
2, good.
Not that front.
Council policy manual review, point 12.1.2. The recommendation is that council adopt by absolute majority the amended council policy manual as presented in attachment 12.1.2 to this report. Do we have a mover for that one? Councillor Mansell, seconder. Councillor Richardson. Anyone want to speak for that motion? Or on that motion, I should say. No. All in favour? It's carried. 12.2.1 monthly financial report. The recommendation is that we receive the November 24 monthly financial report as presented. We have a mover for that one. Councillor Gibson, seconded. Councillor Richardson. Anyone want to speak on that motion? No. All in favour? Carried. 4.2.2 schedule of account payments. That council pursuant to regulation 13 of the local government regulations 96, the payment of accounts for the month of November 24 being noted. Do we have a mover for that one? Councillor Richardson, seconded. Councillor Moody. Anyone want to speak on that motion? All in favour?
Yep.
That's carried. 12.3.1 development applications, outbuilding shed, lots 102, 45 Bankshire Road, Hopetown. So the recommendation is that council approve the development application P2440 for an outbuilding lot 102, 45 Bankshire Road, subject to the following conditions, and I won't read all them out, but they're there in the agenda. So do we have a mover for that one? Sorry, you second. Councillor Leighton, Councillor Moody second. Anyone want to speak on that motion? All in favour?
Yep.
That's carried. 12.4 nil, 13 0.14 new business. Can I have a mover that we accept a late item? Has that got a number? 14.1.
No, it's just a late confidential.
Late confidential item to be considered as a confidential item and move that we go behind closed doors to consider that item. Councillor Moody, seconded. Councillor Leighton. All in favour? Yep. That's carried. All right, so And I'll close the meeting at 6:58.